No matter what job you have as a business professional, it probably involves giving an oral presentation from time to time. And if English isn't your first language, this can be especially challenging. That doesn't mean, however, that you can't give an effective oral presentation. It just means that there are certain things you need to keep in mind that a native speaker might not have to. So here are my top 3 presentation tips for non-native English speakers. First of all, make absolutely sure that the keywords in your presentation stand out. Native speakers don't pay attention to every word they hear in a sentence. They listen for the key words, so you need to put extra emphasis on the most important words rather than stressing each word equally. Let's say you want to express the idea that a particular product's quality is less important than the way it's being promoted. If you stress each word equally and say, the problem isn't the product, the problem is the way we are promoting it, you're making your audience work extra hard to get the point that you're trying to make. And not everyone is willing to make that effort. But if you say it like this, the problem isn't the product, the problem is the way we're promoting it. Emphasizing product and promoting, I can guarantee your listeners will be paying attention. Therefore, when you're preparing a presentation, decide which words are the most important and capitalize or underline them in your notes. This will remind you to make them longer and louder and clearer when you say them. The second point relates to the first, but is more general. It is to pay special attention to English rhythm when you speak. English is a stress-timed language, which means that words like and the and he and they and can and should and but and for and to are spoken quickly. And only important words like nouns and verbs and adjectives and adverbs are stressed, and each stressed word gets a beat. Let's say that Monday is the deadline for the completion of a project you and your teammates are working on. If you stress every syllable and word equally and say, we need to complete the project by Monday at the very latest, your English grammar and vocabulary will be perfect, but it may be difficult for native speakers to pay attention to what you're saying. Say it like this, we need to complete the project by Monday at the very latest, and your listeners will have no problem understanding you. Oh, and don't forget to pause between ideas to give your listeners a chance to absorb each new point, like this. Finally, don't let a lack of confidence in your pronunciation prevent you from speaking confidently and with authority. Knowing what you're talking about is much more important than saying each word perfectly. Avoid speaking too quietly or hesitantly. Practice difficult words before your presentation and don't just speed up and hope no one notices that you don't know how to say them correctly. And rehearse, focusing on your delivery and not just on pronouncing everything correctly. Keep working on your pronunciation, but remember, you don't have to have perfect, unaccented English to be an effective speaker. Not if you make it your number one goal to sound clear, confident, and authoritative.